nothings to him and set him on the chair beside the bed, where he often curled up. I lifted a brow at my mate. "There, whiner. Happy now?" "Almost." Jared flicked back the coverlet, snatched my hand, and pulled me to him. I ended up sprawled over his naked, perfectly defined body. He hummed and smoothed his free hand down my back. "Now I'm happy." He softly kissed me, lazily licking his tongue into my mouth to slide it against my own. "Really, really happy," he added. "Randy is the word you're looking for," I said, feeling his cock thicken against me. "Your dick is so easy." "Only for you." "That should go without saying." "It does." "Then why did you say it?" He snickered and pressed another kiss to my mouth. 2 intense pools of hazel drank me in. There was no hiding from eyes like that. They were too perceptive, saw too much, looked too deep. And I often found them unapologetically locked on me, like he thought I'd disappear if he didn't keep me in his sight. I wasn't a person who'd ever liked attention, so being the centre of such intense focus made me feel incredibly uncomfortable at the beginning of our relationship. Now I was used to it. I even found it a little heady. Still, I did as I always did and said, "Stop staring." "Nah." "Nah?" "You're mine to look at. This right here says so." He lifted my hand, his eyes tracing the tattoo-like binding knot on my ring finger, a knot that matched the one on his own finger and declared us a bonded pair. Our metaphysical link interconnected us so tightly that neither could exist without the other. "That means I can stare at you whenever I want," he insisted. I felt my brows meet. "You can't use the fact that we're mates to justify doing whatever you want. That's kind of like me saying, I can kick you in the balls if I feel like it because we're bound to each other." He winced. "Baby, why did you have to bring my balls into it?" "I'm merely making a point." "At least you're not making it with your whip," he muttered, rubbing the tip of his ear as if in memory of the last time I'd lashed him. I felt my mouth quirk. There had, in fact, been a number of occasions in which I'd conjured my energy whip and struck him with it to get my point across. Not a big deal, since he healed from minor wounds pretty much instantly. Besides, you always whine about it, but you always also end up fucking the life out of me afterwards. Going head-to-head wasn't a conventional form of foreplay, but it worked for us. All vampires had an ability of some sort. I could feed on the energy around me and shape it into all sorts of weapons. My whip was definitely my favourite. I could also merge my body with that of others, a gift I'd developed after Vampire-kind's previous ruler, Antonio, rewarded me for saving his life by imparting power into me. He'd rewarded Jared in such a way twice, so that lucky sod possessed 3 gifts. In addition to being electrokinetic, he could teleport and use telepathy. "Now, moving on," I began. "What in God's name were you dreaming about during the day? You kept muttering in your sleep. I couldn't make out any words, but you sounded pissed." He thought on it for a moment and then shrugged. "No idea. Can't remember. I don't feel like I had a restless sleep. How about you?" "Apart from when you snapped me awake while I was deep in a dream, I slept like the dead." I combed my fingers through his short, tousled chestnut hair. "I woke up an hour ago feeling fresh as a daisy." "You should have woke me, preferably in style. Your mouth's good at that." His eyes possessively traced the shape of said mouth. "As is yours when I need help waking." My body tingled just thinking about it. One corner of his lips hitched up. "I'm always happy to be of service, you know that." It would be easy to see that crooked, boyish grin and mistake him for being laid back. Jared could be fun and playful when he felt like it, but he had a ruthless streak a mile wide and brooked no bullshit from anyone. More, he possessed a killer instinct that enabled him to switch off his conscience and become a coldly vicious being who was free of fear, pity, and ego. Add in his substantial gifts and that he was a Pagori, the strongest, fastest, and most aggressive of the 3 vampiric breeds, and you had yourself a very deadly individual, which was why he'd been globally feared even before he and I became rulers of our